Hi guys, good morning. So my name is Gaga, and here with on Bible Banter with Gaga. Here I share insights from my Bible study, and I share my opinions or the opinions that the Holy Spirit leads me to have after studying, scriptures. So today we'll be bantering Matthew 6:19 to 21, and this verse is so loved by me because this was Jesus teaching about money. Some people have ascribed poverty to Christianity, but that's not the case because, I mean, what would you use to, to execute things if not money? So Jesus was not anti-money. God is not anti-money. But a lot of us tend to see it that way. So let's quickly get into the banter for Matthew 6:19 to 21. It reads, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rot doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rot doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart also be." This is normal practice, and this is part of the Gospel of Matthew 6. Right after Jesus teaches about giving in secret, prayer, including the Lord's Prayer, teaches about fasting, he methodically or intentionally shifts to money and treasure. In those days, wealth was stored in garments, which moths eat. Wealth was stored in grains, which rot, in metals, which rust, in homes that had mud walls, and thieves could dig through those walls. So Jesus is not saying do not work, do not build, or do not plan. He is simply attacking misplaced security. So let me say that again. Jesus is attacking misplaced security. The treasure is corruptible, it's vulnerable, it's temporary, and it's transferable. And me, as a treasury-minded woman, I know this deeply because let's decay, market shifts, FX moves, governments change policies, everything earthly has counterparty risk, but heaven does not. So what is heavenly treasure? Heavenly treasure is obedience, generosity, faithfulness, righteous character, souls impacted, eternal obedience, love expressed in action. It's for heaven, it's action. So anything done in alignment with God's will, heavenly treasure is capital that compounds beyond death. And if you notice something powerful, Jesus did not say, do not lay up treasure. He says, lay up treasure in heaven. Location is what matters. Jesus is not anti-wealth. He's anti-misplaced wealth. He redirects investment strategies. Like, this is eternal asset allocation if you look at it that way. 21 says, for where your treasure is. So this is the danger. He doesn't say where your heart is, your treasure will go. He says where your treasure is, your heart will go. So this means that your heart follows your investment. So if your investment is in status, your heart will chase validation. If it's in money, your heart will fear losses. If it's in people, your heart will grow compassion. If it's in God, your heart will grow devotion. So treasure directs affection. Yeah. Investment shape identity. This is why Jesus speaks about money so often. Jesus was not afraid of speaking about money because money reveals allegiance. So if we banter these guys, let's look at my perspective. I'm building a wealth platform and I'm thinking in capital flows. I understand treasury discipline, and for me, this is a spiritual version for me as a treasurer. It tells me that there are two treasuries. There's the earth treasury, and then there's the heaven treasury. So what is the earth treasury? It is subject to inflation, to political risk, operational risk, fraud risk, mortality risk, all the risks that you can think of. But heaven's treasury is sovereign backed by God. It is eternal. It has eternal duration. It has zero default risk, no default, no theft. So the real question is not, should I build wealth? The real question is, where is my ultimate security? I can build here, but I cannot anchor here. So the subtle warning is, if treasure equals heart, then misplaced treasure means misdirected life. So Jesus is not condemning prosperity. He is simply protecting our hearts, because once your security shifts from God to assets, fear replaces faith. And fear is a terrible master as we know it. So now let me ask you in this season, where is your treasure emotionally? What loss would shake you the most? What do you protect the hardest? And what do you think about the most? That's your treasure, and that's where your heart is. So let's say a quick treasure prayer at this point, because I'm a treasurer. Yeah. Lord, teach me to build wealth without being owned by it. Teach me to steward earthly treasure, but anchor my heart in heavenly treasure. Yeah. Let my investments reflect eternity, and let my heart follow you. So now tell me, what jumped out for you in these verses, and let's banter properly. So if you're not following Bible Banter with Gaga, please follow, like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. I'll see you in my next post. Bye.